Good Tuesday afternoon. This is Micah Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. Try to squeeze something in real quick here at the end of my lunch just to kind of talk to you about the update on what we're expecting for the end of the week. Here's a look at the latest Storm Prediction Center convective outlook for Friday into Saturday morning. This goes through 7 a.m. Saturday morning. And you can see, as I mentioned, I thought would be the case. They've come a little bit farther to the east. I think this is about it. They will add a marginal risk for severe for the southern part of Indiana that's not in there. Once we get within the 3-day, they'll add in the marginal risk, and I believe that the entire state will be under either a marginal risk or a slight risk for severe. I think maybe we need to watch a little bit Friday afternoon for a couple of pop-up cells, and then with the main event coming through Friday night into early Saturday, it will be primarily a damaging wind event. If some cells can pop up Friday afternoon, early Friday evening, there could be some other threats on the table, but this looks like primarily a damaging wind event. Then by Saturday, they slide the threat farther to the east. Again, maybe some marginal risk trailing back here. There's some question about where storms will redevelop on Saturday afternoon, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. Here's the outlook from Colorado State, and you can see it brings the 15 to 30% risk farther to the east on Friday into early Saturday. I do think that's very possible. And then as we look into, maybe if I can get this to move, here's a look at Saturday. Let me enlarge this for you real quick. Here's a look into Saturday. It's very similar to the Storm Prediction Center, kind of pushing that slight risk to the southeast, though Madison County would be very close to it. And you can see they're highlighting some stronger risks than there may be more of an outbreak, especially in the southeastern U.S. on Saturday ahead of that cold front. So here's a look at the European as we begin at 8 a.m. at Friday morning. And you can see as we advance into Friday, it's got Friday afternoon, some little pop-ups out here. I do think we need to watch out for this. There'll be enough instability ejecting in with the warm air that if we can get some pop-ups in Friday afternoon, Friday evening, then we might be looking at some other severe threats. So we'll just have to see how that develops. And this will begin to come into high-resolution data. It's kind of on the fringes of it right now. By tomorrow, it should be well within the high-resolution data, and then we'll see how it looks with that. That moves on. And then the Euro, here's by 11 p.m. Friday, 2 a.m. Saturday. This is 5 a.m. Saturday morning, and you can see how it's got just kind of patchy. I do agree with this. You can't take the exact locations verbatim, but it is in a bit of a patchy nature, and I do think that is correct. So we'll see. Some people might get some heavy rain. Others might get no rain. So as that advances on, then we'll be dry a lot of the day. Here's where there are some big differences. Here's at 5 p.m. Saturday, and then as we're at 8 p.m. Sunday, the European fires up this secondary line farther to the west, and then that moves it on. If that actually occurs, then we could be looking at some severe threats Saturday evening. However, if we back up, this is at 2 a.m. Saturday, the GFS. You can see it's got a little more of a coherent line coming through faster. Then it gets it completely out of here with no further threat. And then by the time we get into 8 p.m. Saturday evening, it's got the storms down closer to Cincinnati and in northern Kentucky. So if that occurs, then we might see a little bit of backside rain, but that would be about it. The icon model kind of splits the difference on it. So we'll just see as this comes into higher resolution data. Last thing we'll look at will be the winds. Here's at 8 p.m. on Friday, we got winds gusting well into the 30s. And then as the storms in the front approach on Saturday, by 8 a.m. Saturday, we've got gusts over 40, 45, maybe even 50 miles per hour. as sustaining throughout the day. We'll be looking at these strong wind gusts. The euro has backed off a little bit. Yesterday it was gusting 55 to 60. I do think there are still some of those gusts will be possible. Most of our gusts will be in the 40 to 50 range, with some gusts over 50. And then you can see exactly where that front is by 2 a.m. Sunday, and it begins to push those gusty winds on out. But it will still be pretty breezy on Sunday with gusts in the 30s. So our windy pattern is really going to stick around really from Friday through a lot of next week. We may be looking at another severe threat somewhere around the middle of next week. So we'll see how that plays out. So I'll update you again tomorrow as this becomes a little more clear. I just wanted to give you an update on how things are looking today. This is Michael Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. Have a great day.